It's time for some Latin. I'll read excerpts from the opening chapter of a new book that I'm using for ecclesiastical Latin that covers some basic concepts that I've encountered, but in classical Latin, this time it will be purely ecclesiastical. So that's the difference. Chapter 1. We will refer to words that end in a in the nominative singular as a nouns, or in older grammars, first declension. There are five main parts for nouns: a nouns, o nouns, I or e nouns, u nouns, and e nouns. These patterns are traditionally called a declension. If a word is from one pattern, it will not be found in another pattern, except in the case of some words that have masculine and feminine forms. Discipula is feminine and discipulus is masculine. So the case where nominative will be ancilla, handmaid, or ancillae, handmaids. We'll refer to words that end in us in the nominative singular as o nouns or second declension. For instance, discipulus, student, or discipuli, students. Finally, we will call words that end in in the nominative singular neuter or nouns or second declension, neuter. For instance, donum, which is gift, or dona, gifts. Latin has many different endings that indicate a word is plural. We have now seen how Latin indicates that a word is the first subject of a sentence. This is called the nominative. Maria et Anna ancillae sunt. Mary and Anna are maid servants. Petrus et Jacobus discipuli sunt. Peter and Jacob are students. Libri dona sunt. The books are gifts. One exception is for words like magister, teacher. Jesus magister est. Jesus is a teacher. Right at the beginning, we need to learn an exception, and we will become accustomed to exceptions throughout this book, as they tend to be a common feature of learning languages. The typical ending of a masculine nominative is us discipulus. There are some words, magister, teacher, vir, man, etc., that end in r. This is only true for singular masculine words that are the subject. There are no exceptions like this for the feminine or neuter. Nouns, direct objects, and accusative. In English, we show the relationship between a subject and a verb by the order of the sentence, that is, syntax. If I say, the boy throws the ball, no one wonders who is doing the throwing because the noun boy comes before the verb throws. The noun ball comes after the verb throw and is therefore receiving the action of the verb. The word ball is the direct object of the verb throw. Latin grammar calls this form of the word accusative accusatius. Latin primarily shows the relationship between a subject, a verb, and a direct object at the ending of the nouns. So, Latin can rearrange the word order without a loss of meaning. I'm going to show you what I mean through what I will call Eng-Latin, that is, English words with Latin endings. Boius throws balum. Okay, I see. This is a made-up example. Our standard English words have Latin endings and can be rearranged without loss of meaning. US tells us that boy, honestly, I've covered this, so I'm going to skip all this. I think I'll read some examples. So, Ancilla Deum Laudat, maid servant praises God. Discipuli Deum Laudant, the students praise God. Ancilla Dominum Monet, maid servant warns the master. Discipuli Magistrum Monent, the students warn the teacher. Dominus ancillas ducit, the master leads the maid servants. Magistri discipulos discunt, ducunt, or ducunt. duchunt, I should say. The teachers lead the students. Ancilla cantica audit. The maidservant hears the songs. Ancilla cantica audunt. The maidservants hear the songs. We could rewrite the first example in several different orders and have the same basic meaning. Deum ancilla laudat. Laudat Deum ancilla. Deum laudat ancilla. All of them mean the exact same thing. The maidservant praises God. So familiar. Genitive in chapter 2, dative in chapter 5. Why wait? Wow. Ablative in 3 and 6. That's crazy. What's happening in between? Okay. Anyway. One straightforward way to think about verbs, verba, is that they express the action of the sentences. Walks, give, etc. Laudat, donand, etc. This is not exclusively the case, but it is helpful for getting started. Latin, unlike English, can use the verb without an explicit subject. Laudat. This one word can mean he walks, or she walks, or it walks, depending on the context. Often, Latin will have an explicit noun as the subject, but it is not required. Moving along, we can add nouns to our verbs to make a sentence longer. The ending of the verb changes based on what order words they are working with to make meaning. For now, we'll just be learning the singular subjects he, she, or it, plus the verb and plural nouns, they, plus verbs. In these two cases, if the subject is singular, then a t is added to the ending, and for the plural, an nt is added. The examples below follow 4 main patterns of verbs: a verbs, e verbs, I or e verbs, and I verbs. These example verbs will be used throughout the book to illustrate how each pattern of verbs changes based on its usage. Ancilla laudat, the maidservant praises. Discipuli. Why do I feel like this spelling is wrong? Discipuli. Okay. My bad, I was wrong. Discipuli monent. The students won. Dominus ducit. The master leads. Magistri ducunt. The teachers lead. Ancilla audit. The maidservant hears. Ancillae audiunt. The maidservants hear. That's sufficiently clear. Okay. Est Deus in caelo. There is God in heaven. Est ancilla in aqua. There's a maidservant in water. Sunt cantica in terra. There is something in the land. Deus is Jesus est Deus. Jesus is Lord or God. Discipuli volant. The students talk. No, talk. The students what? Fly. Okay. Ancillae dominas vidend or vidend. The maidservants see the mistresses. See the ladies, okay. Same thing. Vidi dominos vidend. The men see the masters. Dominus virum jubet. The master see the man, the master something, the man. All the men see the masters. Oh, Domina ancilam iubet. The lady sees the slave maid servant. Commands. Lord commands. Okay, iubet is command. No, Dominus vincit. So this is the master something. I've not met this word. Or the Lord conquers. Okay. The Scipuli audit the terra. The students hear the earth, listen from the earth. Oh. Okay, so the translations are there is a God in heaven, there is a maid servant in the water, there are songs on the earth, Jesus is God, the students fly, the maid servants see the ladies, the men see the masters, the Lord commands a man, the lady commands a maid servant, the Lord conquers, the students listen from the earth. Kawete et mementote, be able to remember. The a ending can either be feminine singular or neuter plural. You'll only know by context and whether the verb is singular or plural. Vocabula, memoranda, vocabulary to be memorized. Nomina, ancilla, ancillae, maid servant. Aqua, aqua, water. Caelum, caeli, heaven. Deus, day, God. Domina, dominae, lady. Dominus, domini. Lord, Lord. I see this difference here. I'm not sure why. Dominus, well, of course, this is singular, at least plural, but my one is written with capital letters unclear still. Ecclesia, ecclesiae, church. Femina, feminae, woman. Lignum, ligni, tree, wood. Malum, mali, apple, fruit. Mundus, mundi, world. Terra, terrae, earth, land. We, weedy, man. Okay. Verba, a verbs. Laudo, laudare, laudavi, laudatus, praise. Laudat, he or she it praises. Laudant, they praise. Manduco, manducare, manducavi, manducatus, eat. Manducat, he or she it's. Hot consumerat, consumes. It also means eat, but perhaps there's some difference I'm not cleaning yet. Mandocant, they eat. Volo, volare, volavi, volatus, fly, flee. Volat, he or she it flies, flees. Volant, they fly, flee. E-verbs. Video, videre, vidi, visus. Videt, he or she it sees. Vident, they see. Jubeo, jubeo, jubere, juicy, juisus, order, tell, command. Ubet, he or she it orders. Ubent, they order. I-verbs, audio, audire, audivi, audi, auditus, hear, obey. Audit, he or she it hears or obeys. Audiunt, they hear or obey. Irregular, sum esse, fui, futurus, be. Est, he or she it is. Sunt, they are. Conjunctiva, et, and, said, but. Adverbia, non, not. Quoque, also. Neque, not, neither. Interrogativa, quem, who. Quis, who. Whom, or quem, whom. Quis, who. Qui, who, plural. Fabula parva, Latina ficta, small story, made up Latin. sunt vir et femina, est Deus quoque, Deus non est vir, nequid Deus est femina. Adamus et Heva sunt vir et femina. Deus iubet Adamum et Hevam, sed Heva cibum manducat. Heva Adamum iubet. Adamus Hevam audit. Adamus quoque malum manducat. Malum Adamus et Heva manducant. Heva Deum non audit. Adamus non audit. Heva et Adamus Deum non audiunt. Respondet in lingua latina. Quis est Adamus? Quis est Heva? Quis Adamus et Hevam iubet? Quem Adamus audit? In ecclesia et in terra Dominus regnant. In the church and in the earth the Lord reigns. Saulus nihil videt. Saul, he sees nothing. Okay. Oh, he's blinded after his persecution. Deus amicitia est. God is friendship. Deus caritas est. God is peace. Love, okay. Angele laudant. The angels praise. Okay, I'll do one final exercise. But I'll go over some sentences, a few sentences in Latin with their English equivalents each. Christus, qui est justus, misericordiam laudat. Christ, who is just, praises mercy. Deus, quem servus timet, magnus est. God, who the servant fears, is great. God, whom the servant fears, is great. Okay. Papa, qui verba vera dicit, ecclesiam videt. The Pope, who speaks true words, the church sees the church, ecclesia, or sees the church, this is the accusative ecclesiam. Servus, tu Dominus auxilium dabat, gaudebat. Okay. The servant who the master gives a gift, or who the Lord gives help, rejoiced. Okay. Ancilla, que aquam videt manet, maid servant, who sees the water, something. The maid servant who sees the water remains. Femina quam domina laudat, beata est. The woman whom the lady praises is beautiful, is blessed. Beata. Dominus, qui in ecclesia sedebat, servum audiebat. The Lord, who in the church was seen, the servant heard. The Lord, who's sitting in the church, was hearing the servant. Pay attention to this accusative. Ecclesia quam papa videt magna est. The church which the Pope sees is great. Via qua where ambulabat, where erat. The road which the men were walking was true. The path the men were walking was true. The road which one? Okay, the man was walking was true. Okay. Mundus, quem Deus videt magnus est. The world which the Lord is seeing is great. God sees is great. Malum quod servus timet beatum est. The fruit which the slave, the servant fears is blessed. Yeah. Caelum quod Christus videt aeternum est. Heaven, where Christ sees, is eternal. Which Christ sees is eternal. Aqua, quam ancilla videbat, vera erat. The water which the maidservant was seeing was true, is true, was real. Oh. I like that these don't make much sense in themselves, so it forces one to actually get the accurate translation. Nice hack. Lignum quod videt magnum est. The tree which the man sees is great or large. Auxilium quod Christus laudat verum est. The help which Christ praises is true. Help which Christ praises is true. Where qui caelum videbat gaudebat. The man who heaven was seeing something, was seeing heaven. The man who was seeing heaven was rejoicing. Domina ancilam orare iubet justa est. Mistress who ordered the slave woman is just to pray. Orare is pray. To pray in the infinitive. Servi quos dominos videbat timebant. The slaves who the master was seeing was scared. Or afraid. Excuse me. 20. Feminae qua Christum audiunt baetae sunt. The women whom Christ was listening to are blessed. You hear Christ. Christum. Again, the accusative. So the women who hear Christ are blessed. The women who hear Christ bless. Okay. Ama Deum, qui servis Christi auxilium dat. Ama Deum, it's Ama. Who serves Christ? Oh, who serve Christ? Oh no. Ama Deum. Okay. Love the Lord, who servants help give Christ. Love God, who gives help servants of Christ. Ama Deum, qui servis Christi auxilium dat. Okay. Audet et videt anciam, cuis vitam beatam Deus laudet. Rejoice and see the maidservants, heaven, something, praise God, blessed. Rejoice and see the maidservant, blessed life, praise God. Okay. Merci beaucoup. I'll continue there with the second section another time. Au revoir.